Okay, I am here with my sock. It's ready for the heel flap. And I'm going to try to show you how I do my heel flap without a whole bunch of shenanigans, a whole bunch of nonsense. I'm not great at cinematography, as you can tell. So I will do my best to make sure that this is within the camera. The first thing I do, I'm ready to start the heel flap. This is where I'll do it. I've got half the stitches on one needle, and then I split the other half onto two other needles. That's how I do my entire sock. So let me get a little more yarn off here. I'm working from the outside of the ball, so it's a little bit weird to unwind. All right. So I take it, and I slip the first stitch, knit the second stitch, then I slip, knit, slip, knit, oops, slip, knit, slip, knit. I can have a heel flap done in no time if I'm not trying to record it. Slip, knit. And you just keep on doing that all the way across. Slip, almost knit twice. That happens. I have to tink back sometimes. All right. We're about halfway through. Oh, yeah, knit. I forgot what I was on. I hope this is coming across well. All right, that row is done. And what I do is I'll do 16 rows in total of the knit row. The knit row. Kneel, what even does that mean? The knit row, and 15 total of the purl row, because you want to end on the knit. Yeah, you want to end on the knit. I think I'm saying it right. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I slip the first purl, or this first stitch, and then I purl all the way across. This is a little bit more tedious to do while I'm trying to record it. Nope, that one got monkeyed up. Hold on. Alright. Well, there we go. So for this sock, I'm doing 64 stitches on a size 0 needle. So I've got 32 stitches that I'm working for the heel. There will be parts of this because I'm going to try and do most of the heel flap, if not all of the heel flap for this video. But I'm not going to just like have it all real time. I'll probably speed up majority of it. That way it gives you a good view of what I do while also letting me show the final product of this process. And these things get in the way for a little bit. After a couple rounds of this, they don't get in the way as much, but for a little bit they're in the way. Also, I like to live on the edge. I don't use the stoppers, but they are handy if you are... I'm a tight knitter on top of being pretty experienced at this point with socks. I would consider myself pretty experienced in the realm of sock making. Filmmaking, not so much. All right. Slip, knit, slip, knit. This is how my husband and I both prefer our heels done. But I have been dabbling in afterthought heels and things. For my granddaughter's sock that I'm making this week, I'm going to do an afterthought heel for those. Now I'm knitting. Now I'm knitting like this is some kind of race. Get on your game, lady. What are you doing? I did a lot of knitting. Mm-hmm. No, da-da-da. Just got in the rhythm of knitting and said, yep, this is what we're doing. Okay, we're back. This is so hard to angle properly. Nope, that's not a knit, that is a slip. Get on there. Yep, I'm right. Ended up having to tear the second sock out because I had too many stitches and I tried to fix it and I messed it up worse, so I'm just tore it out. We're going to start all over again. No, I think I did too many knits there too. Yeah. And that's easy to do. You just gotta try and concentrate and pay attention. I do a lot better when I'm not talking or thinking about other things while I'm doing it. But I still do this all the time. Constantly going back a couple Yeah, this is a slip. No, that one's a net, you silly goose. I don't think tutorials is going to be anything I dabble in too much based on what I'm got going on here. I'm really struggling with the camera orientation. Oh, I thought I was wrong. No, I'm correct. I always end with a slip and then a knit at the end. I always slip at the front at the first stitch and knit the last stitch, and it should be, you should be able to easily alternate. That's if you got your counts right. I sometimes don't know how to count, so alright. I should be marking these. That way I don't lose count, because it's important to know how many you've done. And it's kind of a pain to look at it, and for me anyway, to read it and decide how many I've done. There we go. I had it all out of cameras. Why does that not feel right? Yep, I missed some of this. Great. Don't mind the sudden earthquake. Granddaughter running around. Not to mention I'm struggling with this one. Alright, I'm gonna come back. Okay, we're back. I don't know. I stopped looking at the camera on occasion and not sure how long I was out of camera. It's like camera shot. I don't know. And here we go again. There. This is kind of a pain. Oh no, there goes my yarn. 1 second. All right. That's why I don't really like to use the outside of the yarn, but I was trying to match them up. And then I decided not only did I want to match them up, but I wanted to match them up in opposites. So I haven't fully ripped out the other one, but you can see what I mean. So one is being pulled from the outside of a ball and one is being pulled from the inside of the ball. All right. Get this thing back in camera. Slip. Knit. If you can hear me breathing, it's because my face is right next to the camera and I apologize. All right. I'm actually going to stop. I'm going to do a chunk of this, and then when I'm just about to the end of it, I'll come back and do a few more rows for the camera, and then that will be it. All right, I'm back. I have one more row of purls and one more row of knits, and then I figured I would go ahead and do the pickup process as well. Sorry, already out of screen, off the screen. Oh my goodness. I was doing so good earlier when I was finishing up this section because I didn't have to look at it in a way to stay in camera. And plus I'm precariously perched as well, so that doesn't help. I don't have a very good camera setup right now. It's just whatever works at the time situation. I can hear somebody's little doggy chirp, chirp. He's not really chirping, but he's a small dog, so compared to my dog, he sounds like he's chirping. Might be Willow. I have a friend whose doggy's name is Willow. She's a really cute little Frenchie. Well, the pearls are done finally. Jeepers, that took way more effort than it needed to. And then we just do another row of slip, knit, slip, knit over and over. It's very toasty in here. I turned the air conditioner off. Oops, that's a knit. All right, there is that. Actually, I always forget that there's a whole step between this and picking up stitches. Let me see if I have my formula wrote down in this section. I might have to leave and go. Well, I'll pause and go find my other notebook. Yeah, I'll be back. All right, we're back. Now we're all tangled up. So I have, darn it, let me get this. I'll be right back. Okay, back again. So for the turn, I do slip 1, purl 16, purl 2 together, purl 1, turn. So slip 1 as we've been doing, and we'll do, oops, back over here, purl 16. I've got it figured out. This is exactly how it needs to be. I don't know. I just went by different patterns and what they entailed, and this is the one that works the best for this count. Oh, we're not in screen again. This isn't my specialty, you know. It's not secret, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Is you can, you know, most of them will come up with similar numbers. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, oops, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let me double check, because I always double check. 16. Okay, and then we purl 2 together here. And then purl 1. And then we turn. Now, if I'm going to pop these stitches off somehow, this is usually where it happens, is this back and forth. So for the second one, we'll do slip 1, knit 3. Back down here, knit 3. And I do believe a slip, slip, knit, yes. Slip, slip. My golly. Well, knit 1. Now, that should put us at an even number on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know. I hardly ever count that one. I think when it comes back over here, that's when everything, because we did one pass, I think that's when it becomes both sides are equal. Don't mind my mess. I'm sorry about my video skills. It's just not good. And then you'll just you'll purl across. To one before the gap, and then when you get to the gap, you do a purl 2 with the one before the gap and the one right after the gap, and then purl 1. Then you turn it, and you do the same thing this way, only with knits. And then we'll do a slip, slip, knit. When you get to that gap, one before, one after. And then knit 1. Turn it. Slip, purl cross. Uh-oh. One second. Oh, okay. I think I'm back on track. I had a little problem. I slipped one of my stitches by accident. So it was a slip. We're knitting across to one before. And then it'll be a slip knit. And then it'll be a knit 1. And then we'll turn. Slip, purl across to one before. Purl 2 together. And then purl 1. Turn. You can see that heel starting to form. Slip and then knit across. Slip, slip, knit. There we go. Knit 1. Turn. All right. Slip the first one, purl across. Oh my goodness. Pearls are the hardest for me when I'm trying to do this. Alright. All the way to one before the gap. And then purl 1 and then turn. Slip, knit across. Get this in the right place. All the way to one across, or no, one across, all the way to one before the gap. And then slip, slip, knit. Well, don't want to slip it like that. You want to keep it on the needle. My goodness. There we go. Hopefully we're still in view here. And then knit 1. That one was a little tight. I pulled it a little tighter than I meant to. That's okay. There we go. Slip, purl all the way across to one before the gap. Rinse and repeat. And then purl 2 together, purl 1. Slip, knit across, slip, slip, knit, knit 1, and turn. Slip 1, purl across, oh my goodness, get my hands to do the right stuff. Make sure I can still see. I'm not sure how well y'all can see that, but it's kind of hard to keep a proper view of it. Split that one. And then when you got one left, you can purl 2 together. There we go. And then purl 1. Oh my gosh. It's alright, we got it. Slip 1, knit across, we got one left before the gap. Split it. Slip, slip, knit, knit 1. Okay. Turn it around. Slip, purl across, Alright, and then one before the gap, you just purl the last two together. Slip one, knit across, slip knit the last two, and just like that, your heel flap and your heel turn are complete. Now this is what I was really originally trying to show here, is the pattern you get here. It's kind of squishy. It's kind of it's a lot, it feels thicker than just this up here because of the way the slips kind of double the material somehow. I'm not a professional. I just knit for fun. Let me get this. And then I always end up with what? Usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, you know why? Because I deducted 2 stitches. That's why this is counting off funny. I normally do 64, but I think I did 62 on this one instead of 64. I'll have to double check. I wrote it all down, but I don't know. It is what it is. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, I have 16, so that's fine. Because you're still going to have more than you need, and you're still going to be decreasing some. So you pick up your stitches in these slips. I usually do 16. And I sometimes play around with it. Like sometimes if it's looking like I'm having too many I'm going to have too many, I might go ahead and do too many. I also try to do one in the corner. I'll show you. Either way, as long as you make them the same on both sides, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't affect your outcome at all. It just might mean you're decreasing one more time than you would if you picked up an extra stitch. So I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but as I'm picking them up in a way to where on the back I have these. I don't know if that's correct. That's just how I always do it. I see this here, this stitch here, and I just put it through the whole thing. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure. I learned it by watching videos, and this is the way I ended up doing it every time. So this side's much easier to pick up on than the other side is. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shoot. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so I'll be picking up an extra one. I'll pick up 17. And for this last one in this corner, I pick up this little bar here and then this here. And that helps kind of minimize the gap that you'll get right there at that corner. And then because I have a pattern here, I've got to pay attention to that. Oh my goodness. And you just net, you do the instep the same in pattern, same way you've been doing. So if you're doing vanilla, you just knit all the way across. If you're doing a pattern, you follow the pattern across the instep. Oops, I put that through through the front and the back, behind the front and the back, and ended up slipping the stitch. And I like how the pattern is starting, the color pattern is starting back up again as I'm finishing off the heel. That just is perfect. Get this done, and then I've got to take my little guy out to go to the potty. I hear him out there ringing his bells. Oops, I'm way off. At least this part isn't really that important for the learning process. You're just going across the instep. Okay. Give me another needle. Oh, I have one right in my hand. My goodness. All right. So the next step is picking up this last side. And we already know we've got to pick up an extra one because we picked up an extra one last time. So what I do is I again come over here and pick up this bar. You just got to come at it from a different angle because the angle is different. And then that bar there, and this side, like I said, is a little bit more difficult to, not difficult, but it's a pain. It can be a pain in the neck sometimes. And see, I still have the whole top of the stitch. When I first started, I used a small crochet hook on occasion on the, if it got tedious and I was constantly slipping off it. That's a good way to get used to the process without constantly getting frustrated. Because the socks or what I learned how to pick up stitches on. I didn't do garments before socks. I just kind of jumped right in. I think I did a couple, but not anything I had to pick up stitches for. And it was usually crochet. Then I found out knitting is way more fun, in my opinion. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16. Whoops, that one got a little funky. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There we go. And just like that, I've got all the stitches picked up, and that one's trying to escape. And that's what it looks like. From this point on, I'll just be doing the decreases, one on each side. It'll be, you'll have a slip knit on one side, a knit 2 together on one side, and that will determine the leaning, whichever way they lean. I know as I'm doing it, I can do it well, but there we go. I am sweating. It is hot. I got to get the dog out. So this would have been done and up a lot sooner, but there was technical difficulties. And then I decided it wasn't good enough anyway, and I was like, whatever, I'll just remake it. So I just remade the video real quick, and real quick, it's a 35-minute video. Well, that's just this portion. I'm gonna definitely pare it down a little bit, but it is what it is. It'll be up, and you'll see how not professional I am in everything I do. That's awesome. Anyway, what else? There was something else I was gonna say. I don't remember. Anyway, with that, I will let you all go. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I'll see you in the next one.